Football freaks. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I've been getting some stuff prepared, trying to get people in here. Been posting the link here and there and everywhere. So post this link up for your friends, people that you know that need some fantasy football advice, and I'll help them out. So got 5 people in here right now. That's cool. Hey, we got more people rolling in. I'm gonna go over a few announcements. One person left. What the fuck? What did you? You don't have to leave to go get more friends in here. Neither did you. Number 2 left. Oh, you're back. Okay, that's good. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna send out a link to get more people in here as well. I didn't really advertise it much this week, other than like for people who watched the show earlier this week and know what's going on. I'm sure these people will be showing up. I did say I was going to do a 2-hour show, but honestly, I don't. I'm just going to do the regular 1-hour show, but it's a farewell show. Well, it's going to be a little over. I'm going to do a little over an hour. I'm going to give myself 15 minutes to set my own lineups and DFS and shit. I got to do that, but we're going to go over everything. I'm going to answer all your questions and all that shit. There's probably some people up in the chat. I'm going to take care of that in a second. I'm going to go over some announcements. We're going to go over my sleepers for the week, including my double deep danger dive. We're going to talk defenses. I'm going to answer your questions about kickers. If you have questions about kickers, I'll answer those too. We're going to go over the injuries, of course, the weather report at the end. I'm going to be answering questions, throughout the show here and there. So let's get off with but we're going to do the intro first. I'm going to talk about the show announcement and a couple of big pieces of news and the fantasy implications therein. I'm sure you know at least, one of them, if not both of them, that I'm going to talk about. You know about both of them, I'm sure. But anyway, so, all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Matt. Hashtag Tyrant Gang. Cheers and happy 420 all day. That's right. All day, every day. That's how we do it. It's always 420 for us, right? Yeah. Ryan, what's up, man? What you got, Matt? Cass is here also. What's up, Big Cass? Both Matt and Big Cass are in my Fantasy Kingdom League, and I'm facing off against Matt this week. So, Matt, you may think that you're a god amongst men, but I'm a god amongst gods, motherfucker. So let's fucking do it this week. I got your ass. I don't care what the projections say. They project you for like a couple of points over, Fuck that shit. Fuck Yahoo. They didn't hire me, so their projections are fucking wrong. Anyway. Mr. Nick Stafford, hashtag Tyrant Gang, love it. Yeah, what we got here? You're gonna have to get I know. I got to get a McCaffrey jersey, right? No doubt. That's on my Christmas list. Tracy, if you're watching, let them know. I need my CMC jersey because we got him for the next 3 years. Fuck it, I mean, you can all like kiss your foot, your Super Bowl aspirations for your team goodbye, and it's all about the Niners now. All right, hey, so good. Thanks everyone showing up. We're gonna get more people in here. As we go along. Of course, that's how it always goes. But let's do some intros here. First of all, I thought about doing a shot big announcement, of course, was that this is my last Thinker Stinker Power Hour of this season, and I'm not sure when I'm coming back. I'm taking a break from doing the show, from doing the channel. I know, sucks, but that's life. It doesn't pay the bills right now, and even though it's been somewhat successful for a YouTube channel, it's just it's not going as quickly as I need it to. I'm not a patient guy, I know that. But at the same time, hey, I got bills to pay. I got a daughter to take care of. I've got, lots of shit I got to do, I don't want to do this in any half-assed way. Look, I got the fucking green screen still because it's not working with the streaming thing. I got to figure all that shit out. I got to have money to do it, better equipment, better lighting, better space, a crew to help me, all kinds of shit if I want to do the show right. And I do want to do the show right eventually. I just don't have everything that I need right now to do that. So that's why I am, taking a break from the channel, from the show. I'm still going to be on like Facebook answering questions. And of course, for my Patreon members, I'm going to be still answering questions as well. So make sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll have the link in the description. I have to edit the description, so it's there. Excuse me. But anyway, and you can check out any of my shows and the links are there. But if you go on my Patreon, sign up there, you'll get one-on-one advice all season long. Anytime that you need it, up to the last minute, I'll be answering your fucking questions. Ask any of the people who are actually Patreon members. They'll let you know. But anyway, so that's that. So this is kind of the farewell show as far as the Tinker Stinker goes. But I want to thank you all, of course, who've been loyal fans, who've been, here every week, or even if you haven't, even if you've only been a couple, even if this is your first show and you're like, what the fuck? I show up for your show and all of a sudden you're saying you're going to be gone? What the hell's wrong with you? No, I get it, but that's life. We live in this world where money's, what runs everything. Unfortunately, I'd like to be different. I mean, I'm not going to get into my political affiliations or ideas. I'm really pretty much centrist. I just want everyone to be fucking happy and free and healthy and do what needs to be done for that. But the way the shit runs is money, and that's how we go. So anyway, if you have questions, of course, put them there in the comments, and I will answer them periodically as we go through all the different things that we got going on here. So that's that part of it. So in honor of that, it's the last opening joint of the season. Hopefully I'll be back next year. We'll see. If I win a bunch of poker, and then hell yeah, I'm going to fund the fuck out of this show, and I'm going to come back. So I'll be back no matter what, eventually. But this is the last Tinker Stinker for, at least a season, if not for a while. So we'll see. But anyway, this is in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, it's October, right? Still, Gorilla Glue number 4, one of the greatest strains of all time. A lot of you, I'm sure, are good with that one, so we're gonna light that up. I don't know why hell like there's wind in here. There ain't no fucking wind in here. Anyway, sorry, being all vain here about my shit. Anyway, no, so yeah, Gorilla Glue number 4. Here's to all you. Happy 420. Light it up. Let me know in the comments what you're smoking on. Oscar says, hard to see you, man. Thanks for helping me build my fantasy team. Hashtag Tiger King. Hey, sign up with me on Patreon. I'll continue to help you out. But and then, of course, look for me on Facebook. I'm going to still be answering questions every week. I'm going to be posting up on there all kinds of information, letting you all know, go get this guy, that guy, whatever. I'm still going to be part of the fantasy community. I've still got the Fantasy Kingdom. If you're not in the Fantasy Kingdom, check that out on Facebook. All right, so got that lit up. I got my drink here, a little tequila and orange juice, screwdriver as they call it. But anyway, here's the thing. I was going to do a shot, but I was like, no. It's morning, all right? And I don't like mimosas. They're okay, but I much rather have some a little vodka. All right, I love the screwdriver. So here's to all you morning drinking. It's 8:48 here where I'm at. Bangarang. And finally, so we can get the show on the road, the last morning pour, Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar. If you don't know, find out. Go to your store, look for Rogue. It's an Oregon beer. It's great, good shit from the Oregon coast. I'm telling you, from Newport. Amazing. It's my favorite, I guess, local. Let me give you some ASMR action here. Yeah. You like that? I wish I had a better microphone. It'd probably sound better. But anyway, don't I pour that shit. Was that Matt? You got lemon haze? Like that shit. Good stuff. Thoughts on defenses. I'm going to get to that. I got 3 defenses I really like this week. One of them, it's like you either own it or you probably aren't going to get them. And the other two are ones you can pick up. All right, so here we go. We're going to get to that, though. Morning pour. Cheers to y'all. All right. They got all kinds of drinks and smokes and all kinds of shit going on around here, you know? Gotta say goodbye right. It's not gonna be like a big thing with a bunch of guests and shit. That would be cool. But I didn't have enough time to set all that up. So just doing a regular show. Right, that's how I am. I'm a regular guy. It's a regular show. Let's fucking do it. What? Smoking on that cheetah piss. It's some good shit. Cheetah piss. Jesus Christ. My daughter was running around here last night pretending she was cheetah. She told me a story about a fucking cheetah. She's like this baby cheetah and then hurt their leg and they had to go to the hospital and then they were friends with like a donkey or some shit. I can't remember what it all was. But anyway, so cheetah piss. Yeah. I've never heard of that. That's an interesting name for a fucking strain, though. I'll say that much. So, anyway. All right. Cheers. This is Matt. Let's get this show on the road. Nick, what you got? Cardinals defense was a good pickup for me this week. Yeah. Good one. Cardinals defense is pretty much good in general. All right. So, big news, of course. As we alluded to earlier, we all know, Christian McCaffrey traded to the 49ers. Oh, welcome home. Welcome back home, Stanford alum Christian McCaffrey. I love it. Of course. That's not gonna hurt you in fantasy if you have CMC. It's probably gonna, it might go down a little bit just because he's not the only guy playing on the fucking team. Speaking of which, if you didn't get Foreman already for the Panthers, go pick him up. Unless Pacheco is available, and that's another big piece of information. All right, but I'm going to come back to that in a second. So with the CMC trade, you're going to see a little bit of a drop at CMC, just because there's a lot of mouths to feed. There's a lot of people. It's like they've always got Debo there, so now we got two Debos, and they're going to be sharing time and stuff. So I think he's still going to get his 15 to 20 points a game. But he's not going to be over 20 points as often. I still think it's going to happen, but it's not going to be as often. I don't think that's the only a little bit back. He's instead of being like, a top 3 RB, he's, a top 6 or 7 RB at least. So there you go. Probably top 5 consistently. So like I said, he's not going to drop off much. Wilson, though, Jeff Wilson, you can cut him. Eli Mitchell's coming back soon. So, no sense in keeping Wilson. If you want to let him go for one of these guys, it makes sense. All right. Other than that, not a lot of fantasy implications. Like I said, you're going to pick up Foreman, obviously. A lot of people are on Hilliard. Dude, he's going to change of pace. Not Hilliard, sorry. Hubbard. I walked back to last season. This shit's good. Anyway, no. But Hubbard, yeah, there was a guy who was covering the Panthers who was just talking about how bad Hubbard's looked. Foreman's been the guy that that they've been touting as they paid him. They brought him in. There's a reason that the guy's going to start. I like him. Don't start him this week. He's got the Bucks. Go look at my Facebook page if you want to see, how I'm going to start him. But I'll tell you right now, you're going to start him, off and on. Not this week. You're going to sit him this week. You're going to start him off and on depending on, how your bye weeks go until week 14. 14 through 16, he's got a really juicy setup there. You're going to start him in those games leading up to the championship game, and then you're going to sit him in the championship game if you get there because he's playing the Bucks again. You're not going to start any running backs against the Bucks. I don't give a fucks who they are. Unless it's like Derrick Henry, and even then I'm like, I don't know what else I got. But chances are you still sign him. But in this case, no. You're sitting Foreman. Another guy that you're sitting, but you're picking up. I mentioned him a little bit before, Isaiah Pacheco. Big fucking news. The Chiefs are starting Pacheco as their number 1 running back. Now, I don't think this means that CEH is going to fucking disappear and fall off the face of the earth. However, I do think his value goes down tremendously. I don't even think this is going to be a committee. Pacheco looked really well. Every time that he has the ball, he looks better than CEH. I didn't even think CEH was doing that bad, which is why I don't think he's going to go away entirely. But Pacheco's worth picking up. However, this week, you're not starting him. The 49ers defense is 30th again. They're giving up the 30th most fantasy points. So they're basically number 2 or 3, against the run. So yeah, you're not doing it. I'm not starting Pacheco this week, but you're sure as fuck picking him up if you have the room. Now, so that brings up the question: Foreman or Pacheco? I'm gonna go with Pacheco on this one. I know I was all talking shit about picking up Foreman the last few days, but honestly, Pacheco's gonna be the guy. On a better offense, yeah. Do you want the starting running back on, starting RB1 on an Andy Reid Chiefs offense, or do you want the starting RB1 on the fucking Panthers interim coach? I don't even remember who the fuck their interim coach is, honestly. No. Obviously, you want Pacheco of the two. So if you're a CEH owner, I wouldn't be starting him in this game anyway. And I'm going to look out, see how he does, what they give him. I'm not saying he's droppable, but maybe next week he will be. I don't know. We're going to have to see. That really sucks. Luckily, I don't have CEH in any fucking league. And I got Pacheco in a bunch of them now. Because I did the same thing that happened with Foreman. As soon as I found that information, boom, 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 boom. I actually did drop Foreman to pick up Pacheco on one of them. So, there's my priorities right there. Anyway, like I said, the show is all about telling you what I'm going to do so that way you can be successful as I've been in fantasy football, because I've, been pretty damn successful. Watch my fucking, intro to the show, to the channel video for more information on how successful I've been, although that was a couple years ago. And anyway, I've won more since then, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The point is, you're here to get some information. So let's get that information. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to answer some questions and things like that. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell you about my sleepers this week, including my double deep danger dive of the week. All right. Then we're going to get into defenses. I'm going to answer questions about kickers if you got them. And we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the injuries, weather, but we're going to do that more toward the end. So anyway, let me get back over here. We got a lot of things going on since then. Don, good morning, Don. Just seen notification. Chuba Hubbard getting the start position. I picked him over Foreman. I didn't give a fuck. He's getting the start? Yeah, for how long? I know. Fine. Yeah, go ahead. Do the same thing as everybody else did last season. Do the same fucking shit and go get Hubbard. Just like everyone got Hilliard last season and he didn't do shit. And it was Foreman who, again, just like he would be now, it's a matchup basis. But when you use him, when he's in a good matchup, he plays well. And guess what? He was the guy getting the most of the touches. So go ahead. I don't care. You aren't going to have to answer me next. No, I'll still be around. But, I'll give you shit. We'll see. Hey, if somehow he's the guy, But I really don't think so. I really think it's Foreman. And I don't think it's really going to be much of a committee. I think it's going to be they're going to split it. It's going to be like we'll say 2/3 go into Foreman, and we'll see. Oh yeah, we already got that. How did I miss that? Oh, never mind. Thoughts on defenses, Don. I don't know how I missed what you were saying over there. Cardinals defense was a good pickup. We got that. Okay, here we go. Curse. Aaron Rodgers or Matt Ryan. That's the thing. I actually have Matt Ryan. We'll get right into my sleepers then. How about that? Matt Ryan is my sleeper at QB this week. He's got a great matchup. Now, he had 18 fantasy points last time that he faced off against the Titans. But here's the thing. The offense is more gelled now. The offense is clicking. He's got his shit going with Alec Pierce. Pittman's fully healthy now. Okay. JT's back. He's got the offense at full force against that Titans defense, who is second worst against QBs in fantasy. The Titans D sucks fucking horse pop through a straw. All right. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. Horse pop. You'll figure it out. Anyway. Yeah. No, I mean, the offense has been better overall. He had 27 fantasy points last week. Aaron Rodgers is not looking like Aaron Rodgers because he just doesn't have the same team. I'm going to go out on a limb and say start Matt Ryan over Aaron Rodgers. It's a bold fucking move. But honestly, if you look at the stats this season, it ain't that bold. So there you go. And that was a perfect lead into my first sleeper, Matt Ryan. You know, he's I think he's like only on 54% of leagues. So you have a good chance of getting him if you haven't picked him up yet. If you have like Hurts and he's on a bye or something like that. That's a route I'd go. People were asking me Matt Ryan versus Derek Carr. I go Matt Ryan. I just don't like Derek Carr just isn't showing it to me this season. Jets D, I hope goes off again. Yeah, well, that'd be nice. I have them in certain leagues. Cheers. What do you think about Jamal Williams and Damian Harris? Jamal Williams, goodbye. Smoking Fruity Pebbles. We'll talk more about that because the other thing that I don't even need. Swift is out. You're starting Jamal Williams. Ramondre Stevenson is still in. I ain't starting Damian Harris. But I am smoking Fruity Pebbles. Not today, but sometimes. It's good shit. There you go. Good morning, Richard. Good to see you. Dylan or Drake? Well, God damn it, Richard. How do you know where I'm going next? Because my next sleeper at running back is Kenyon Drake. And I would go Kenyon Drake over A.J. Dillon. I'm just not seeing a lot from A.J. Dillon. I wish we were seeing more too. But the problem is just that the offense is lacking talent. It's lacking, experienced, veteran, talented wide receivers. And that's really hurting them. The defense is fine. The offense looks like fucking shit. Aaron Rodgers looks okay, but he just doesn't have a lot of weapons. And, it's age. So therefore he's throwing a lot more, checking down to Jones and A.J. Dillon, who's more of the rushing running back than the catching running back. He just ain't getting it done. In Dynasty, yeah, I'm hanging on to A.J. Dillon. I'm thinking about dropping him. Otherwise, in season long, possibly. If you need if you have no one else and you got to pick up Pacheco or Dillon, I'm picking up Pacheco. Excuse me. It's not that bold of a fucking move, but that's what I would do. So there you go. And that takes me to my next sleeper here, which is Kenyon Drake. So anyway, yeah, I know I've gone full circle on Kenyon Drake, right? Like the very first show that I had, I was basically, fuck Kenyon Drake. He's trash. I love my baby boy, Chase Edmonds. All right. When the two of them were when they were on the Cardinals together. But, or was it fuck Connor? I don't remember. Anyway, I know I've been down on Drake, and I love Chase Edmonds, and now I'm like, fuck Chase Edmonds. You're not son. I don't have a son anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. because I have another little baby boy coming along the way, Mr. Deonta Foreman. Yeah. Anyway, Duvernay's and a little baby boy of mine that's coming up. But anyway, speaking of the Ravens, yes, Kenyon Drake, gone full circle on him. There's no J.K. Dobbins. The Gus Bus hasn't come in yet, all right? He's still injured. I'm not too worried about Justice Hill. He's going to get a little bit, but it's not going to be like a committee or anything like that. I'm not too worried about him. He'll take a little bit. I mean, probably like a quarter of the carries. That's about it. I think that, Drake played well enough. Got 19.7 fantasy points, 10 rushes for 119 yards and a touchdown against the top 10 rush defense in the Giants. In fact, they're top 5 in a lot of fantasy leagues. So anyway, much easier matchup this week. They got the Browns. Okay, the Browns are giving up the 4th most fantasy points to running backs. Okay, Kenyon Drake could have a better week even than that. Great DFS play. I'm putting him in my flex in every league that I can, with the bye week blues going. So that's what I think there. And that's my sleeper at running back this week is Kenyon Drake. Thank you so much for that question, Richard. Don, I already dropped Hubbard too. Did you pick up Pacheco? I sure as hell do that for Hubbard. Anyway, although, like I said, I'm not starting Pacheco. Carolyn, one of my best of my Tyrant gang. If I had a best of, you're definitely on that list. It helps that you're a Patreon member, of course. But no, love you, Carolyn. Thank you. So sad to see. And honestly, all the people here are some of the best of my Tyrant gang. So thank you for coming. Sad to see the show go on hiatus, but glad to be in the hashtag Tyrant gang. And you love my ass. We all know that. I'm just kidding. Love you, Mike Williams and Damian Pierce. That's a good question. Because it's a PPR. I love Damian Pierce. That's my real baby boy right there. Because I was talking about him before he was in fucking drafted. All right, I was talking him up before. I was getting him in in dynasty leagues with other fantasy analysts leagues. I was getting him in like 14th or 15th round, because I knew what was going on. And then all of a sudden in redraft leagues, he's going in round fucking 3 by the end. It's crazy. And he's shown why. Hold on. I'm looking up some information for you because I want to give you a good answer here. Against Vegas, I'm not afraid of them. Las Vegas Raiders, they've been shit this year. What can I say? You can run against them. It's fine. I do like Damian Pierce a lot this week. Let me look at something on Williams for a minute. Give me just a sec. I know he's going up against Seattle. Last week he was going up against Denver. He went, 3.7 fantasy points. Going up against Patrick Surtain. I called that. I had someone was asking, I can't remember which one of you, I think it's someone who's watching, was asking me like, oh, should I, Mike Williams or who was the other guy? But I said the other guy. See, I can't remember. It was Mike Williams or someone who didn't do all that great, but he didn't do as bad as Mike Williams. And he said all the other analysts I've asked said Mike Williams. And I was like, no, I don't like him this week going up against Surtain. If you were the one who asked and you remember, remind me who it was that I told you to start over him, even though it wasn't a great start in and of itself. So anyway, sorry to answer your question. Yeah, I'm going to go Damian Pierce. Just because it's a more solid play. We don't know what's going to happen. Seattle's been a good defense. They're not giving up much. They're 25th. They're giving up the 25th most fantasy points. That's, top 7 right there. Against wide receivers. I'm not a huge fan. I think he's going to do better than, Williams will. You could go either way, honestly. In PPR though, It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think that the higher floor definitely is for Pierce, but the higher ceiling, as always, is for Williams. It's a coin flip for me, honestly. I'm going to lean toward Pierce just because of this. He's going to get the solid running back numbers there, and it's a good defense that Williams is going against. But if you're like, I'm fucking going to be behind this week, I need someone who can give me, 20 plus fantasy points, then at that point, I would roll the dice on Williams because I think you're going to get a good solid 13 to 16 fantasy points from Pierce, and you can get anywhere from 10 to 25 points from Williams. I think, in the matchup, I'm going more to the lower end of that. But he could just catch one big touchdown downfield, and then that's the end of that. So sorry to be a little ambiguous about it. My call is as a lean toward Pierce, but if you feel that you need to make a home run call, then I'd say go Williams. Nick Pollard or Brian Robinson in the flex. Give me Brian Robinson. You starting? Until I see Pollard actually taking over that backfield from Ezekiel Elliott, I'm only starting him in matchups where I think it makes sense. And in that case, it's going to be matchups that are particularly tough. But let me look at something here, because I was looking at Pollard earlier in the week. And yeah, Detroit is giving up the third most of fantasy points to running backs. Okay. But that means I think it's actually going to be a fairly good game for Zeke. Hold on, let me look at something here. Yeah, I think Zeke's going to have a good game, surprisingly. And I think Pollard's going to be he'll probably have right around 10 fantasy points. But Brian Robinson, now I've got so many teams that I'm thinking about here at once. I don't want to get anything confused. So if you could do me a favor and tell me who they're facing, so that way I can fucking quickly put it together in my head instead of having to remind myself, because there's so much fucking information that I'm like, okay, I'm going week to week and stuff like that. It really helps to do that. Okay, Green Bay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Brian Robinson's going to get 12 to 15 fantasy points this week against the middling Green Bay defense. Heineke is not going to be asked to throw that much because he fucking sucks donkey dick at quarterback. So I think Brian Robinson is going to get a lot. I think J.D. McKissick could be a good play here too. So I'm going to give the nod to Brian Robinson there. Thanks for the question. Good one. Oscar, what you got for me? Christian Kirk is going up against the Giants. Would I start him or go with Josh Reynolds or Romeo Dupes? Christian Kirk against the Giants. The thing is, I just think that Christian Kirk is the number one guy there, of course, for the Jags. And the Jags are going to score. They're going to need to score. It's not going to be a ground game thing for them. And Christian Kirk's the guy. A lot of people have been keep asking every week about Gerald Everett and shit. And I'm like, no, Kirk's the man. I'm gonna. People keep okay. It surprises me, and I'll tell you why. Give me a second. Let me bring it up because I want to have the exact information. I don't want to fuck around on this. Give me a second. All right. So 17 points week 1, 25 week 2, 19 week 3. Okay, so then he goes up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, 8.3 fantasy points. Well, gee, I wonder why. 2.1 against Houston. You don't need to fucking throw against them. If I remember, that was a big game for the running backs. Indianapolis, another really good defense. He gets 10 fantasy points there. Okay. Now he's going up against the Giants. I get it. Okay, but he's consistently getting double-digit fantasy points on this season. He's the number one target there. I would sit him if you had other better options, but Josh Reynolds or Romeo Dobbs, normally, okay, in a lot of weeks, I would say Dobbs, actually. Josh Reynolds, I'm not because I just don't trust Goff. St. Brown is back. Okay. Dobbs, they're going up against Washington. I think, I mean, that could be a good game for any other wide receiver. I think Lazard is someone that I would play in DFS this week. I think Tanyan actually could have a good week this week at tight end. Dobbs, I'm not trusting enough yet. I haven't seen it. I think Christian Kirk gets you 12 to, well, let's say 11 to 14, that kind of range. And I think Dobbs is going to be more like 8 to 10 points. So, and Josh Reynolds could be 3 points or 18. It's really hit and miss with him. So, I mean, again, it's like kind of like I said with Carolyn's question. If you need the home run hit, if you need to knock it out of the park, or or you're gonna lose, roll the dice on Reynolds. But if your team is solid enough and you got a solid enough matchup where you're at least within a couple points projected, I would go the safe route and go with Christian Kirk. Matt, so what's the best lineup to beat your ass this week? Evan with you, bro. But after Tinker Power Hour, it's on. All right. I'll be glad to see it. Oscar, I mean, I'll be glad to see it because I'll be kicking your ass, but there you go. Christian Kirk is going up against the Giants. Would you start him? Wait, I already answered that question. Sometimes some of these questions are coming in double here. Yeah, Pacheco in the other league, I have to play him. Only other player left is Keenan Allen to play with the bye week. Yeah. In that case, yeah, go Pacheco. On the other team, James Robinson dropped for Pacheco. I'm getting a notice here that says that there's a streaming issue. If there is, let me know. But it doesn't seem to be. Anyway, on other team, James Robinson dropped for Pacheco. If that's all you got, yeah. Yeah, I am. I know. It's weird. He started off killing it, but it's just because they're leading the way. It's leading the way for ETN to come in and take it over. He's been taking over week by week by week, more and more and more, which is exactly what I said he was going to do. I told everyone in the beginning of the season, you're drafting ETN, knowing that in the first few weeks you're not going to be able to use him because they're going to be more of a committee, but that eventually he'd be taken over, and that's exactly how shit's playing out. So listen to me here. Right now, James Robinson, he's more like a handcuff. And if you can afford it, right now, yeah, I would drop him and pick up Pacheco. Another bold move that's not that bold. All right. Richard, it was me. It was Lamb. Oh, yeah, CeeDee Lamb helped me enough to win the close game. See? And if you'd started Mike Williams, you would have barely lost, right? Tell me that shit. Tell me I helped you win. CeeDee Lamb and Mike Williams. That's right. Richard, hey. I know he didn't get much, but it was more than Mike Williams, and I knew that's what was going to happen. That's why I said that. All right. Carolyn picked up Claypool in a few leagues. Not a bad idea. But now the talk is they won't trade him. Whether hold until November 1st or drop him for pieces. For pieces? Reese's Pieces? Clarify that. Was that supposed to be just like you know what I mean, drop him for whatever? Or was that supposed to say Pierce or something? Because if it's supposed to say Pierce, no matter which Pierce you're talking about, yeah, you're dropping him for Pierce. Let me know what you meant by that. Realistically, only a few points difference between Elliott and Pollard right now. Yeah, but see, a lot of that has to do with game script. And I think this game script is going to go more Zeke Elliott's way, which is why I would take what would I had back there. What was the question on that one? Pollard or someone? I'm looking. Give me a second. How did that question disappear? Oh yeah, Pollard or Brian Robinson. Yeah, I'm still, Brian Robinson, definitely. Definitely. Cass, big Cass, what's up, man? Matt, get off your ass and come grab this the size. What the fuck? Bring me a drink too. Yeah, Matt, go get him a drink. What the fuck you doing? Fucking around. I'm just kidding. Jeff Wilson or Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds. It's not even, not even fuck around with Jeff Wilson. Oh, but they just got CMC. He's fucking CMC. He's Christian fucking McCaffrey. He's like he's made to be in a Shanahan offense. He even came out and said, yeah, we got packages for this guy. Of course you got packages for this guy. I got a big package for this guy. And it fucking grew to huge lengths when I heard that the Niners are getting CMC. Yeah, that's vulgar. I don't give a fuck. Let's move on. Anyway, so yeah, if you got more questions, put them down there. Otherwise, I'm going to get back to my sleepers. So if you weren't listening earlier, I got Matt Ryan at QB as a sleeper this week. Kenyon Drake at running back as my sleeper this week. And wide receiver, I got Wan'Dale Robinson. You know why? Because who the fuck else is going to be catching balls for the Giants? Slayton? Nah. Fucking Marcus Johnson? No. I don't fucking, or Robinson, sorry, Marcus Robinson? No, I don't give a fuck. It's Wan'Dale Robinson and Daniel Bellinger. That's who's catching balls for the Giants. Dude's been a clear number one. Jacksonville is middling against the wide receivers. They're going to score points. So the Giants are going to need to score points. And who is he going to throw to? He's going to throw to Wan'Dale Robinson. He's the Robinson to own on the Giants, not Marcus. You're not going to want Darius Slayton. Wan'Dale Robinson's the guy. He's a good flex play this week. All right. I'm not afraid of his matchup. He didn't, he didn't get peppered with targets. He got a touchdown last week. I think he's going to get more and more this week. If you want to know who to start him over, ask me the question. I'll let you know. But in deep leagues, at least, in flex, if you got people on a buy, Wan'Dale Robinson is someone worth picking up and starting this week. And that brings me to my double deep danger dive of the week, who was my number 10 in my top 10 waiver wire pickups for the rest of the season, and that's Greg Dulcich. Yeah, the rookie tight end. This dude was heralded as a top 5 rookie tight end. I had him in my top 5 tight ends, rookie tight ends to pick up. So hopefully you got him and you listened. When either at the beginning of the season, stashed them in like Dynasty and shit, or picked them up earlier this week. But you know what? A lot of you didn't, because he's only 11% owned. Yeah, that's what makes him my double deep danger dive of the week, because he's less than 20% owned. So, in his first NFL game, all right, he catches a touchdown. That's a great start to your career. You're like, okay, great. Is he touchdown dependent? We don't know. This is his second game. That's why I have him as a double deep danger dive. This is why you're only going to play him in DFS, or if you're in super deep leagues and you're really fucking, don't know what to do at tight end, you got a lot of injuries going on, or bye weeks, or combination of those things, then yeah, again, ask me who I'm starting him over. I think Dulcich this week is a top 25 tight end. At least. I think he's, he could be the security blanket for Brett Rippon, because we ain't got Russ. No Russ this week. Russ doesn't throw the tight ends that much. Brett Rippon, he does. Not, I wouldn't say more than average, but more than Russ. And, tight end tends to be the security blanket, for backup quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, that kind of thing. And we could be seeing a lot of Dulcich this week. The Jets aren't really great against tight end, better versus wide receiver. That's going back to that Jets thing you're talking about. Yeah, Jets D is one of the Ds I'd pick up this week. There's one defense for you. Right out of the way, you're picking up the Jets defense this week. But honestly, if anyone's getting, some points here, I think Dulcich could be the guy over Sutton and Judy in terms of catching touchdowns and catch in terms of being a short pass guy, someone who is the security blanket, like I said, for Rippin. So anyway, I told you guys Dulcich would be the guy. I told you that he'd eventually, be a really good tight end. That first game in, boom, knocks in a touchdown. I think he could do it again. Or he could get 6 catches for 54 yards, and that's 11 fantasy points. That's in PPR, that's a pretty good tight end start. So there you go. DFS punt. The guy ain't worth shit. I don't even know what he's worth, but I'm going to find out because I'm going to be starting him in some of my DFS this week. All right. Dulcich is my double deep danger dive of the week. Let's talk about defenses. All right. I talked about the Jets going up against Brett Rippin. Do you need to know more? I mean, it's not like the Denver Broncos are scoring that much anyway with Russ in there. They play that grinded out running backs, defense, old school football that doesn't score a lot of points. You're not going to put a lot of points up on the scoreboard. The defense is going to be up in Rippin's grill. Kid, putting pressure on the kid, making him throw interceptions. I love the Jets defense this week. I also like Miami going up against that rookie, Kenny Pickett. I think Pickett's going to be a great quarterback eventually. But, of course, it's his first season starting off. He's in the NFL. He's got to figure out the speed of the NFL and all that shit, And Miami is a matchup-based defense, and it's a great matchup. So there you go. Plug and play. I like Miami this week. Cincinnati versus Atlanta. Mariota's starting to put it together a little bit, but I just don't think that the Atlanta offense is potent enough to score a lot. The Bengals are on the good side of middling as far as defenses goes. So I think they're a good start. And if I had a double deep danger dive at defense, the double deep danger dive defense, it's 5 Ds. Hey. And it would be Vegas taking on Houston. This is someone that you probably get for cheap in DFS too. Vegas against Houston. Houston just other than Damian Pierce, they ain't doing shit. Raiders can be good in matchup based situations. If you need a punt on them, if you can get into those other 3 defenses, do it. But as a DFS punt, I actually like Las Vegas against Houston. So anyway, that's that. And now I'm just going to take questions. And if you have questions about kickers, I'll answer them. I'm going to go over the injury report and the weather as well. So I'm going to take questions. Then we're going to talk injuries. We're going to talk weather. And then we're going to head out. All right. I know it's bittersweet. This is it, guys. This is it. But I'll be back eventually. Anyway, let's see. Not Pierce pieces, like something might help me out. Handcuff, thoughts on it. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, pieces. Yep. If you needed handcuffs, that kind of thing, do it. Jets D versus Denver, Dallas D versus Lions, or Jaguars versus Giants, Raiders D versus Houston. I have Jets, but now I'm thinking Dallas. Nah. Stick with the Jets. Stick with the Jets D. All right. So let's see. What are we at now? Okay. Well, let's look at the injury report here. And again, if you have any questions about anything else, let me know in the comments. But let's look at injuries. I got the injury report going on right here. Give me just a moment. Oh, that's right. There it is. Do. All right. I'm going to talk about guys that matter. Let's see. Wait, this just in. The Gus bus is being fired up. What? Gus Edwards is active for week 7. Wow. Yeah, interesting. Hold on, I'm reading here. I thought it for sure he wasn't coming in till next week. Well, with J.K. Dobbins out, I think that the Gus bus is one to fire up. I still stick with Drake this week, but I want to see what happens. If you have the room, go pick up Gus Edwards. He's going to be a top waiver wire ad for next week because he's eventually going to be getting the ball, it looks like. We know that because we've seen it happen before. I thought we had at least one more week of Kenyon Drake, but maybe not. I still starting Kenyon Drake. But don't be surprised if they mix in Edwards in there. So, wow. Big news. Thought for sure he was out. All right. Josh Reynolds is active for week 7, so that's good. Marvin Jones active, but no one had him anyway. Mark Andrews active for week 7. We all know that was happening, right? Jahan Dotson out for week 7. I'm not even really concerned about that. Heineke at quarterback. Like I said, I'm going to defer to the running backs in that one. Brian Robinson and McKissick. Swift is out. We know that. Fire up Jamal. Jamal Williams is a good play. Now, here's the thing: is that there's optimism that Mac Hollins is going to play in Week 7. So if you're a Hunter Renfro owner, not that you're probably starting him anyway, but that's less of a reason to start him. Rashad Bateman, they think that he's going to play. I don't know. I love Bateman. I love his talent, but they're not utilizing him enough. Lockett's going to play. Allen is saying still a game time decision. Hold on, let me see if I can find some direct news on Keenan Allen. Hold on, see. I'm trying to get more information as we're going along. There wasn't an update yet on him. So they're gonna do it during the pregame warm-up. So look out for Allen. Honestly, I don't think I'm starting him unless you really need to if he starts, because he could be on a pitch count. He could be like a decoy out there. And if that's the case, Mike Williams becomes a little more interesting, actually. Because if they have Allen out there as a decoy, they could be covering Williams. If Keenan Allen starts as a decoy, I like Williams better in that pick from earlier, if you're still watching. All right. So that's pretty much it on the injury report that we have right now. Weather report, I'll get to you in just a sec. I'm going to answer a few questions here. As a Miners fan, you don't think Jeff Wilson will get a lot of carries and use CMC for goal line? No. You kidding me? No. It's Christian fucking McCaffrey. They're just going to run him and Debo. They're going to help each other. Wilson, he'll come in once in a while. Might he vulture something? Sure. But not much. He's going to get probably a quarter of the carries at best. I ain't doing it. We still starting Drake over Dillon, even with Gus Bus being active. Over Dillon, yeah. Temper your expectations. I don't think it's going to be like a 15, 16-point game or more. He's not going to be, an RB1 this week. But I think Kenyon Drake could get, a few more points than Dillon. Yeah. Lost Swift again, start Sutton or Brian Robinson. I'm going to start Robinson. I'm not starting Sutton with Rippon in there. Pick up Gus if you can. Richard. Starting Drake over Dillon, then you're okay. Are you talking about dropping Drake for Gus? No. I'm not doing that this week. I'm doing that next week. I mean, if you have someone else that you can use instead of Drake, so in that case, what I would do, actually, yeah, here's what you do: drop Drake, pick up Gus, sit Gus, start Dylan. Because I'd rather have Gus rest the season and not fuck up trying to get him on the waivers if you don't happen to have a good waiver priority, or you may as well not spend it. Get Gus early, and then you'll have him. What do you think about Kittle or Hawkinson? George Kittle. Love George Kittle. Of course, I'm a Niners fan. I'm going to say that. But, he's got a rapport with Garoppolo. He's getting better. He's getting more in there each week. Excuse me. Give me Kittle. All right. So let's see. Let's check weather real quick, and then we'll head out. There wasn't. I mean, from what I was seeing, there was some games that were like, oops, sorry. There were some games with like not there weren't a lot of concerns. It looked like, but let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, everything looks good. Possible light rain tomorrow night. Otherwise, everything looks fucking good. Clear, dome, clear, cloudy, clear, overcast, clear, possible rain, and tomorrow night. That's it. So, hey, everyone. Erica, you got in here at the last second. You're the bomb, and I can't wait till you're back, and I had a lot of fun watching your show. Erica, I had a lot of fun seeing that smiling face come in on my screen every week. Hopefully that's that smile, something that you have on your face all the time, because that shit could light up a room, girl. All right? Hey, thank you so much for watching and coming in every week. I'm going to handle all these last-second questions here, and then I'm going to head out. Perry Williams, Jamal Williams, Stevenson, Sutton, Deontay Johnson, or Brian Robinson. I like Jamal Williams and Ramondre Stevenson. I don't care if Harris is healthy. Stevenson's the guy. Pitts, Italian. I get it, but the Falcons suck ass. I'm going Kyle Pitts. I know. We caught a touchdown. We're all like jizzing in our pants now. But, hey, it is what it is. Bro, I've been hanging with you the last few years. This is Matt, of course. You're very smart and you know your shit. And one of the coolest cats out there. Damn, I'm going to fucking cry on this show. What the hell you doing? Thank you for everything you do, you cack. Be talking to you soon. I would say good luck this week, but I am to whip that ass. Hey, it's a nice ass, as Carolyn will tell you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And you ain't going to whip it. Yeah, it's on. Raw. Fuck yeah. I'll be back. I might even be on some like shows, like some guest show spots here and there. I'll let you all know if I am. But yeah, I got to shut down the show for a little while, at least the rest of the season, so that I can come back and have it be the greatest fucking show ever. They have everything work right, have the right. See all this flickering light shit's because of I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right streaming service. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what's with the streaming service. It fucks with my goddamn camera. But anyway, Alejandro, you think Kate and Allen playing? I think you might be, but just as a decoy. So don't start him. All right, bro. Thanks for all the fun and help. Take care of the family. I'll be messaging you once in a while. And of course, Richard, I'll be happy to hear from you. And anybody else, hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up where you can. I'm still going to answer questions. And for my Patreon members, yeah, I'm still going to be answering your one-on-one, giving you one-on-one advice, going through and telling you who to trade, helping you construct your teams, helping you construct your lineups, all of that shit. Sign up with me on Patreon if you haven't yet, and you get a one-on-one guru for $5 a month. What the fuck? That's less than a cup of coffee at fucking Starbucks. Why the hell wouldn't you do that shit? Help you, a lot of you have like tons of fantasy teams where you got, hundreds of dollars on the line. $5 a month so you can win all that? Ain't nothing. I'll help you win your championship. No one's funnier for sure. Perry Williams, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I tried. That's what I did this show for, because I got all these other, analysts that are out there that just have their big ass microphone in front. I don't got to look, but they have just like, Damien. I don't give a fuck. Make people laugh. Don't be boring. Say some fucking shit. You can give the same information out and be fucking entertaining. That was the point of the show. And when I come back, it's going to be the same point of the show. I'm going to entertain while I'm informing better than anybody in the fucking industry. I don't give a fuck about, Matthew Berry or any of those guys, Yeah, they're great. They do their thing, okay? But my calls are better than them. I have a better percentage rate than they do. I've beat them in fucking fantasy leagues I've been in with them, all right? I know what I'm doing. And I hate to fucking have to leave you guys for it, but I will be back. I have Chase, Kirk, Reynolds, Renfro, so wide receivers, blah, 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 blah. Hold on. Stevens and Walker, Connor. Does it sound good to trade Connor for Keenan Allen? I'm hoping he can be my wide receiver too. Yeah, you need a better wide receiver. Yep, I do it. Next time, we're going to miss all your videos. Hopefully you win big and get back quick. Take care, brother. By the way, still going to win that belt this year. Hey, look at my team. It ain't happening. But thank you for the sentiment, and thanks for the wish of luck. I will win big. I've been studying poker now for a couple years, like real fucking intensely. I've been improving week by week. I'm on a downswing right now, but it's just so that I can have a bigger upswing later. That's all it means. Anyway, I will do that, and I will come back. It's, I've got other things in the works. I will eventually be back. This isn't goodbye forever. This is goodbye for now. This is goodbye so I can be the caterpillar. I can go into my cocoon, and then I can come out the beautiful butterfly that you need to help you win your fantasy football league. A fucking fantasy football league butterfly. This shit's fucking good. What is going on? I haven't drank enough of this shit. It's got to be the weed. I don't know. But what I do know is I've been neglecting this. Anyway, Don, you can come back anytime and give us a video fix. Don't care about the video effects. Enjoy you. Don, that is very sweet, and you're one of my favorites. I'm sorry. I don't like to pick favorites. That's why I say you're one of them. So that way no one gets butthurt. But Don, you're one of my favorites. I love you. And, if I'm ever in Seattle, I don't like Seattle. But if I am in Seattle, and there might be reason to be, I'll hit you up, all right? Hey, thank you so much, everyone, for your support, your love, the questions, everything these past couple years. I will be back. Not sure when. But for the rest of the season, you can catch me on Facebook, okay? Ask me questions there. I'll be on there answering questions and that kind of thing on pretty much almost every fantasy page that I haven't been kicked off of yet. But if you need a really good community, go sign up on the Fantasy Kingdom. Look it up on Facebook, Fantasy Kingdom. That's where I run. That's where I reign. And that's where I'll be. All right? So love you all. Good luck to you all this week. And I'll see you at some point. I'm going to have a video that's going to come out that's going to talk more about why this is happening, what I expect for the future, etc. So I'll have kind of an actual farewell video coming out in the next week or so, okay? But until then, until I see you all right? Be safe out there. Have a lot of fun. Good luck in your fantasy leagues. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Alejandro Mays, I appreciate your knowledge. You know your shit. Tyrant Gang, hashtag Tyrant Gang. There you go. Love you all. Until I see you again, I'm out. Peace.